हमारे गुरुदेव के चरण कमल ही एकमात्र साधन है जिनके द्वारा हम शुद्ध भक्ति में सेवा प्राप्त कर सकते हैं। मैं उनके चरण कमलों में अत्यंत भक्ति एवं श्रद्धापूर्वक नतमस्तक होता हूँ। उनकी कृपा से जी भौतिक क्लेशों के महासागर को प्राप्त कर सकता है, पार कर सकता है तथा कृष्ण की कृपा प्राप्त कर सकता है। मेरी एकमात्र इच्छा है कि उनके मुख कमल से निकले हुए शब्दों द्वारा अपनी चेतना को शुद्ध करो। उनके चरण कमलों में अनुराग ऐसी सिद्धि है जो समस्त मनोरथों को पूर्ण करती है। वे मेरी बंद आँखों को खोलते हैं तथा मेरे हृदय में दिव्य ज्ञान देते हैं। जन्म जन्मांतरों में वे मेरे प्रभु हैं। वे प्रेम भक्ति प्रदान करते हैं और अविद्या का नाश करते हैं। वैदिक शास्त्र उनके चरित्र का गान करते हैं। हे गुरुदेव, करुणा सिंधु तथा पतित आत्माओं के मित्र और सबके गुरु एवं सभी लोगों के जीवन है। हे गुरुदेव, मुझ पर दया कीजिए तथा मुझे अपने चरणों की छाया दीजिए। आपका यश तीनों लोकों में फैला हुआ है। श्री प्रभुपाद की
जय। विष्णुपाद परमहंस पौंजिकाचार्य स्तोत्र श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस ऐसी भक्ति विधान स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की ISKCON फाउंडर आचार्य जगत गुरु सिविल होल वर्ल्ड ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। विष्णुपाद परमहंस पौंजिकाचार्य स्तोत्र श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस भक्ति सिद्धांत श्री ठाकुर महाराज प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद की श्री श्री राधा माधव जी की श्री श्री गौर निताय की पंच तत्व की प्रहलाद नरसिंह देव भगवान की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
this thing comes up, right? This thing. Sing Jaya Radha Madhava. Play harmonium. Sing. Give him chair cushion. Jaya Radha Madhava.
जय बिहारी गोपी जना वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावन चारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Nitya Gaur, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hai Gopemanande.
Hare Krishna. So we welcome everyone in this Sunday morning Bhagavatam class, and especially welcome His Holiness Bhakti Brihad Bhagavat Maharaj. Hari Bol. Also welcome His Grace Rukmini Krishna Prabhuji. Hari Bol. So,
and what about Rukmini Krishna Prabhu's associates who came with him?
Yes, and Shukvat Prabhu and Sri Karta Prabhuji also welcomed them. Hari Bol.
1 second. Increase the volume.
So Maharaj class will be in English. और जो भक्तों को हिंदी में इंग्लिश समझ नहीं आता हिंदी में, तो वहाँ पे पीछे षडभुज प्रकाश प्रभु हैं, वो हिंदी में ट्रांसलेट करेंगे प्रभु जी के लिए, और माता जियों के लिए ऋतिका। आप पीछे किसी कोने में उस पर आ जाए, आप खड़े हो जाए थोड़ा। तो माता जी ऋतिका माता जी हैं, वो ट्रांसलेट करेंगे उस तरफ, आप उनके पास चले जाएगा माता जी।
So I am going to clarify one thing before I begin. So let's see how you respond. Okay? So when I say Hari Bol, what do you say? I'm the first one to correct this in ISKCON. Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Why are you telling me back that I must chant Hare Krishna? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to say, Hari Bol. Hari means the name of the Lord, and Bolo means to chant the names of the Lord. So when I'm saying Hari Bol, you're telling me, no, you chant. Naughty. You just follow like sheep. You say something but you don't know the meaning of it and you just follow. So let's try again. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
And it's not Hare Ram, it's Hare Rama. Rama. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
So if I say in English, chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, that in Sanskrit means Hari Bol. You chant the holy name. Bolo means to chant the names of Hari. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Okay, so we have some special presentation today, this morning. My name is Bhakti Brihad Bhagavat Swami. I joined ISKCON in 1983, which is about 40 years ago. And I entered the sannyas ashram in 2009, which is about, 13 years ago, 14 years ago. You can repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 1, Text number 10. It's also an often quoted verse by Srila Prabhupada when he speaks on Srimad Bhagavatam and in other lectures. You can repeat after me. Prayena pa yusa sabhyam kalav asmin yuge janaha mandaha sumandamatayo mandabhagya hi upadrutaha
Manda sumanda matayo Manda bhagya hi padrita Kalavasmin yuge jana Mandaha sumanda matayo मंदभाग्या हि उपद्रुताः.
Mataji's, ladies. Word for word, prayana, almost always, alpa, meager, ayusaha, duration of life, sabya, member of a learned society, kala, in this age of Kali, quarrel, asmin, herein, yuge, age, janaha, the public, mandaha, lazy, sumandamataya, misguided, mandabhagya, unlucky, he, and above all, upadrutaha, disturbed. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Is the sound okay for everyone? Sound is clear? Sound? Sadhuj Prakash Prabhu, sound is clear? Okay. Translation. This verse is being spoken by the sage Sanaka on behalf of the sages at Naimisharanya, and is addressing Sutta Goswami. O learned one, in this iron age of Kali, men have but short lives. They are quarrelsome, lazy, misguided, unlucky, and above all, always disturbed. And in the purport by Srila Prabhupada, the devotees of the Lord are always anxious for the spiritual improvement of the general public. When the sages of Naimisharanya analyzed the state of affairs of the people in this age of Kali, they foresaw means they predicted. They foresaw that men would live short lives. In Kali Yuga, the duration of life is shortened not so much because of insufficient food, but because of irregular habits. By keeping regular habits and eating simple food, any man can maintain his health. Overeating, over sense gratification, over dependence on another's mercy, and artificial standards of living sap the very vitality of human energy. Therefore, the duration of life is shortened. The people of this age are also very lazy, not only materially, but in the matter of self-realization. The human life is especially meant for self-realization. That is to say, man should come to know what he is, what the world is, and what the supreme truth is. Human life is a means by which the living entity can end all the miseries of the hard struggle for life in material existence, and by which he can return to Godhead, his eternal home. But due to a bad system of education, men have no desire for self-realization. Even if they come to know about it, they unfortunately become victims of misguided teachers. In this age, men are victims not only of different political creeds and parties, but also of many different types of sense gratificatory diversions, which is found on the internet, also on social media, such as cinemas, sports, gambling, clubs, mundane libraries, bad association, smoking, drinking, cheating, pilfering, bickering, and so on. So even if you don't do these things, when you're involved in social media, you are associating with it, especially YouTube and other things. Are we clear? That's what it said here. And this is predicted by Sanaka, sage 2, Sutta Goswami, over 5,000 years ago. Their minds are always disturbed and full of anxieties due to so many different engagements. In this age, many unscrupulous men manufacture their own religious faiths, which is not based on any revealed scriptures, which is also on the internet. And very often people who are addicted to sense gratification are attracted by such institutions. Consequently, in the name of religion, so many sinful acts are being carried out that the people in general have neither peace of mind nor health of body. Now why is this? The reason is given by Srila Prabhupada now. The student or brahmachari communities are no longer being maintained. In the Western world there's hardly any brahmachari ashram. I travel widely. In India you get some sense of it, but that can be also get better. The student or brahmachari communities are no longer being maintained, and householders do not observe the rules and regulations of the Grihastha ashram. Here Prabhupada is speaking about devotees. He's speaking about, he's not saying Griha Medi, he's saying Grihastha ashram. Are we clear? Consequently, the so-called vanaprasthas and sannyasis who come out of such grihastha ashrams are easily deviated from the rigid path. So sannyasis also fall down as a result because they haven't been properly trained previously. They haven't gone through the brahmachari ashram at least. In the Kali Yuga, the whole atmosphere is surcharged with faithlessness. Men are no longer interested in spiritual values. Material sense gratification is now the standard of civilization. For the maintenance of such material civilizations, man has formed complex nations and communities, and there is a constant strain of hot and cold wars between these different groups. It has become very difficult, therefore, to raise the spiritual standard due to the present distorted values of human society. The sages of Naimisharanya are anxious to disentangle all fallen souls, and here they are seeking the remedy from Srila Sutta Goswami. Om Agyana Atimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya-Manobhistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tadati Svapadantikam Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanabhyo Vaishnavabhyo Namo Namaha. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Bol. So I'm going to speak about Srila Prabhupada. Can you put this in the front there? No, give it to me. The book only. Put it there. First, and then I'm going to speak about my journey in Krishna consciousness for the last 40 years, based on some realization now. See? And then I'm going to speak about the way forward. Is that okay? Yeah. In December of 1970 in Indore, Srila Prabhupada was addressing the leading people of Indore, and his disciples were there. Actually, there's a new book coming up which is being printed right now. It's called Dancing White Elephants, Traveling with Srila Prabhupada from 1970 to 1972 in India. And this is a little part of that book. It may be included there. And it's penned down by His Holiness Gaur Swami. It's 400 pages, 20 color photos inside. It's being printed right now. And one of my main services is to buy off print runs from the Bhaktivedanta Book Trust. Australia is printing this book. So I'm taking 65% of the 20,000 copies, which is 13,000 copies. Because of my 13,000, the price comes down. So I buy off print runs. That's one of my main services since the last 40 years, book distribution. So within that book, probably it may be there because I didn't see the contents yet. But in 1970 December, Srila Prabhupada was in Indore, and he was delivering a lecture to the members of the Lions Club. Like you get a Rotary Club. Now those who belong to this club, these members are very prestigious people, and they are powerful and influential people in a particular area. For example, here in the city of Indore. See? And if you hear Srila Prabhupada's Hare Krishna, Lucia. If you hear Srila Prabhupada's Hindi lectures, which is in a USB drive here with the booklet, it is in 128 GB USB drive. If you hear the Hindi lectures of Srila Prabhupada, there's also Bengali lectures here. What to speak of all the other English lectures. If you hear the Hindi lectures of Srila, and I heard a few of them, although I don't understand Hindi fully, practically in every Hindi lecture, Srila Prabhupada is like screaming. You heard? He is like shouting at his countrymen. Wake up, like that, in Hindi. See? But here he was giving the class in English. Because they were prestigious people, influential, they also know English. And if Swamiji speaks in English, it is prestigious for us. and his disciples are there, like that. So at one point he bluntly told all of them, just bluntly he told all of them. And he said, and you get these swamis and vairagis and tapasvis and babas and all this, he was very blunt. He gets so many coming from India going to the West. Then he said, and this is in 1970, and he started the movement just 2 or 3 years before. In 1966 to 67 is 1 year, 68 is 2 years, and 69 is almost 3 years. And this is in 1970. And Prabhupada bluntly told them. Normally he doesn't speak like that. And his exact words are, in 3 years, I have accomplished 100 times more than all the swamis and yogis put together who have come to the West in the past century. See? We don't want to mention who these swamis or yogis or vairagis or tapasvi are. Let's not get into trouble. Prabhupada said, in 3 years I have accomplished more than 100 times more than all the swamis and yogis and vairagis and tapasvis put together who have come to the West in the past century. He can talk to like that to his countrymen. Usually Prabhupada is very humble. And then in a class in Los Angeles in March 3rd, 1974, I will read for you. In this old age of 80s, when most of the people take retirement and rest on the bed, Srila Prabhupada was over 85 years of age, 79. He went in when he was 79 years of age, right? 69. 70. Yeah. But he says in this old age of 80s, when most of the people take retirement and rest on the bed, I have taken this initiative, working day and night, sleeping only hardly for 2 hours, so that when I leave this world, I could give all of you a concrete infrastructure of my dream. Not my dream, but the dream of Lord Krishna. I hope all of my disciples, contemporary and upcoming, in other words, he regards even the future generations his disciples. Contemporary means current and upcoming for the next 10,000 years in Kali Yuga. I hope all of my disciples, contemporary and upcoming, will take care of this legacy with their heart and soul. That's all I expect from all of you. And then Srila Prabhupada begins to cry. You can hear the talk. And then in his crying tears way, emotionally, he just says, thank you very much. So what is Srila Prabhupada's legacy? As I understand it, and according to my realization of being in the International Society for Krishna Consciousness for the last 40 years. So I'm going to walk you through my life so you'll understand why my realization is like that. And it's not like necessary that everyone's realization would be the same, because everyone is individual at the same time. You cannot be me, I cannot be you. this variegatedness and deep individuality, which is personalism. Yeah. So when I joined in 1983, I temporarily was connected to an initiating guru who fell down. And later on, I became reinitiated, and my name was Nara Narayan Das. And that second initiating guru, he also left in 1986. I joined in 1983. So you could understand the spiritual trauma that I went through. We okay so far? Yeah. So I decided to do something about it. Because I joined because of Srila Prabhupada and his books. And I decided to do something about my life. Shri Radha Madhava ki, Shri Gaur Nitai ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Ananta Kodi Vaishnava Vranda ki. So I don't pray for anyone to go through that, where your Shiksha gurus or your Diksha guru lets you down and goes back to material activities. It's not easy. See, that won't happen to disciples of Srila Prabhupada. They are safe. Because they wouldn't know what this traumatic experience is all about. See? So from 1986 to 1989, I decided for 12 hours a day that I will only associate with Srila Prabhupada. Of course, to some extent the other devotees. 87, 88, 89. For 3 years, I read all of Srila Prabhupada's books twice. Of course, I am brahmachari, so I don't have any, 40 years ago I gave up all bank accounts and all that. I don't have one paisa to my name today. So I was free. See? And I heard all of Srila Prabhupada's lectures. At that time available was this cassette tape, cassettes? Yeah. There was 2,300 lectures of Srila Prabhupada, and I heard all of them. Everything. Now from the archives, we have 4,000 audio lectures because we have resurrected those that is not available in the 80s. So this has 4,000 lectures on 128 gig, which includes Bhagavad-gita, Ishopanishad, Brahma Samhita, Nectar Devotion, Krishna Book Dictation, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya-Charitamrta, initiations, festivals, interviews, morning walks, assorted lectures, room conversations, devotee addresses, philosophical discussions, bhajans and purports, recitation and stories, japa and kirtan, Hindi lectures and conversations, and Bangla or Bengali pravachan. It's here, 128 gig. I heard most of it because some were not available. I heard 2,300, but here there's 4,000. There's nothing beyond this. This is called the ultimate audio archives of Srila Prabhupada. So after hearing that for 3 years and reading all of Srila Prabhupada's books twice that was available, then I got reinitiated in 1989. So my name changed from Nara Narayan Das to Brihad Midanga Das by His Holiness Gaur Swami. He knows very well what I went through, because he wouldn't go through that. His guru is Srila Prabhupada. Will not let him down. So I got first and second initiation together in 1989, and then later on in 2009 I entered the sannyas ashram. So then I decided in 1989 that Srila Prabhupada will never ever let me down. That realization, almost 30 years back, or 32, 33 years back. So I left Durban, South Africa, and I decided to go on my own, and I came to Sri Vrindavan Dham, and I stayed there for 2 years. And again I studied Srila Prabhupada's books under the guidance of Satsrup Das Goswami, Tamal Krishna Goswami, Giriraj Swami, Dhanudas Swami, Burijan Prabhu, and others. The VIH just started at that time, few years before that. At that time in Vrindavan, there's no Bisleri water. You have to get sweet water from our well in the Goshala. And there's no shops in front of our temple. There's no MVT. Now all those things are there for your sense enjoyment. And at that time when I was there in 1989 to 1991, parrots, parrots in pairs, they used to come for Mangal Aarti. They come inside the temple, parrots. And they get darshan and then they go. After, as soon as the Mangal Aarti is over and Tulsipur, then they leave. Parrots come for Mangal Aarti. They're great personalities. Now, parrots don't come because everything is no more van, no more forest. It's all concrete. Nice time. It was so nice that I got malaria 3 times and typhoid once. And the body became thin like a rake. It was nice. So when His Holiness Giriraj Swami saw me in 1991, thin like that, he said, "Oh, you become Goswami now." Because the Goswamis are always not well and thin, I said maybe one day, and then 2009 I entered sannyas ashram. You getting it? Yeah. And from that time in 1991, after I studied under the tutelage of all these nice, amazing devotees, senior devotees, I started the Bhaktivinoda College of Education and Culture. Before that, from 1983 to 1989, I was the leading book distributor. Door to door, on the street, office to office. There was no congregation or Namahata those days. Distributing books. So I loved book distribution and I still love it. And I love to study Srila Prabhupada's books. And I like to develop curriculums and syllabuses for study. So that I decided in 1991. And I formed the Bhaktivinoda College of Education and Culture then. So I dedicated my life of most of the 40 years to these 2 things. Studying and teaching Prabhupada's books and distributing Prabhupada's books. We okay so far? I mentioned this yesterday a little bit in my class, but I'm giving more detail of the journey today. We okay? And then 10 years ago, devotees are no more reading Prabhupada's books. I'm not talking about those who are not devotees, I'm concerned about devotees. Yeah. They go into what is called one small computer thing, like a reader or something, all that stuff. Kindle reader, this, that. So they don't hold the book. It's called, this is Granthi. It's stitched. Grantaraj. It's forgotten now. And then they read, Prabhupada's books. And then they go onto YouTube and social media, internet, and they look at Prabhupada's lectures and so forth. And then the personality of Kali's foremost disciple hit us during the COVID. And devotees became more absorbed in social media. They don't come to temple anymore, even on Sunday program, because they see it live. Even Dhritarashtra was seeing live, but he never became a devotee. So after the COVID went, people became attached to social media. Even devotees are preaching more on social media, but whether they're preaching effectively or not, we don't know. See? So I decided to do something. Because when you go onto YouTube and you punch one lecture of Srila Prabhupada, there's a sidebar after you finish the lecture, which I mentioned yesterday. And you're going to get distracted into watching eventually something that breaks the four regulative principles. So, therefore the social media is the personality of Kali's number one chela, number one disciple. So I decided to do something about that. See? In this particular verse, go to the Brahmachari ashram again on the screen. Yeah, from the word student. Read for us, Haribol. Give microphone here. Read. The student.
The student brahmachari communities are no longer being maintained, and the householders do not observe the rules and regulations of the Grihastha ashram.
Go ahead.
Consequently, the so-called Vanaprasts and sannyasis who come out of such Grihastha ashrams are easily deviated from the rigid path. In the Kali Yuga, the whole atmosphere is surcharged with faithlessness.
Okay, that's okay. You got it. We good? So the first place that we have to do in ISKCON is to save the Brahmachari ashram. If the Brahmachari ashram is not strong spiritually and vibrant, the Grihasthas will not be able to follow. You get the strength from the Brahmachari ashram. This is given by Srila Prabhupada directly here. See? We okay? So I decided to do two things. One I was doing for the last 10 years. I produced a 16 GB of Prabhupada audio. Then we increased it to 32 gig USB. Then to 64 USB. And now we have the ultimate. 128 GB USB drive, and this comes with a booklet that tells you all of the 4,000 of Prabhupada's lectures. So when you put the USB drive in, it comes with folders, and in each folder there's many files. So you click onto one file. If you can choose one lecture from here, you can go to that number of the lecture and immediately plays. And sometimes some people have some audio box machine. They can play it with pressing the numbers there, like you have one. Here, show them what that is. This you can buy on your own. It's a cost. How much does this cost? No. How much does this machine cost? This machine is 1,700 rupees. It's a nice machine. When you put the USB in, you can type in whichever lecture you want. From all the lectures I said, from Bhagavad-gita, Chaitanya-Charitamrta, morning walks, anything, even Hindi lectures. And you can, if you put the USB drive, you have a USB port here? No, you need a USB port. So this machine may have USB port. You can play it here. We good so far? Yeah. Then I decided, which we have just sort of made now, that besides audio, 128 gig USB drive, GB USB drive, we have that already. The drives are coming either this evening or tomorrow. We have the booklet with us already. Then I decided that sometimes these children of devotees, not only devotee children, even the adults, the parents just give them the phone. You know this? And they know better how to get to YouTube and social media. And you can imagine what they're looking at. Without you knowing. Without you? And you buy a nice phone, cost how much? 50,000 rupees? What's an iPhone cost? 1 lakh. What? And they give it to the children. Play with my phone. Why? Because they cannot take care of the children spiritually. Let the children be absorbed in watching the phone, they do other things. But the children is getting absorbed because they're following the chief disciple of Kali, social media. And then suddenly you realize your child is telling some words, and using some vulgar words, bad words. Huh? Where you learned that? On the phone? You gave me phone? Devotees and devotee children. So I decided to do something about it, because many places I go, the devotees, they say, Maharaj, we have become addicted. We have become addicted to watching Bollywood, Hollywood, wood. We become addicted. We're not talking about those who are not devotees. Those who are so-called devotees, they become addicted. And they initiated, second initiated, and they're cooking Raj Bhog offering. It's a serious thing. So I decided to do something. Because the children and adults need visual, because they watch videos. They watch videos on YouTube and they get distracted. Innocently they say, I'm watching a video of this person, that person who's a devotee of Prabhupada, but you get distracted after you finish that. So we have produced what is called the ultimate video collection of Srila Prabhupada in association with Yadubar Prabhu and Mother Vishaka and Nishingananda Prabhu from ITV. There are 70 videos here. For a total of 58 hours. These are bona fide productions. Don't go for the pirate ones, because you won't get the HD quality. You won't get it on YouTube, this high quality also. Even the audio, you won't get it on YouTube. Like that. So what are these videos? Video 1 to 5 is the Acharya series. Videos 6 to 9 is your ever well-wisher. Videos 10 to 19 is vintage short films like Matchless Gift in black and white, early days. And I looked at one in color, where Srila Prabhupada is in San Francisco Park, starting the Krishna Consciousness movement with the hippies there and chanting. Such a beautiful thing. How he started there. And he's dancing. He's the only devotee. See? Yeah. And then from video 20 to 33 is Prabhupada in Australia, which gives everything like TV coverage, arrival, initiations, war programs, and he's speaking in a seminary for the Christian fathers, and Ratha Yatra building, Ratha Yatra parade, after the Yatra university program, morning walks, deity installation, departure. That's in Australia. Then video 34 to 38, Prabhupada on tour, Germany, Los Angeles, Mauritius, Venezuela, Bombay. Videos 39 to 45, festivals with Srila Prabhupada in San Francisco, Philadelphia, Ratha Yatra parade, Prabhupada's public address in Vyasa Puja, 1973. In videos 46 to 54, perfect questions, perfect answers, New York Airport, Pittsburgh, social work, speaking in car, speaking to parents, Bali Madan's wedding, and Prabhupada nectar. In videos 53 to 59, Prabhupada's lectures on introduction to Bhagavad-gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and more. Video. and in videos 60 to 70, which is 11 videos, 60 to 70 is 11, 61 to 70 is 10. And this is that famous 11 DVDs of Yadubar Prabhu. You remember that? Now it's on the USB drive and it's included here. It's included here. So this is 70 hours, 58 hours, 70 videos of Prabhupada. You don't need to go online anymore. No online anymore. You'll get distracted. You'll get deviated. You'll become addicted. You won't even come for Mangal Aarti. You won't chant your rounds properly. We good? So we have this year with the DVDs 50 video copies. The audios will come tomorrow, the DVD, but we have the packaging here. Now this is how I do it. In this temple, because we have to save the brahmacharis, you want to be saved, right? Yes or no? Yes. So in this temple we have, including our visiting future sannyasi, Rukmini Krishna Goswami Maharaj, as well as 2 devotees who came with him. We need sponsorships of the video or the audio that they deserve, because we want to save the brahmachari ashram first, right? Yeah. We need sponsorships of these videos and audios for 31 devotees. There's 28 devotees in the temple here, and the other 3 are with us coming from Punjabi Bagh. Let's give them a gift also, right? Yeah. So I don't want to get into how much a blank USB metal, you know this is? Metal USB. Metal. Right? And in this video USB metal, it tells you, it's engraved, so it's all bona fide. Ultimate video collection of Srila Prabhupada from Hare Krishna Media. 70 videos, 58 hours. This is the USB drive, metal. So for a metal USB drive, you know how much you pay if it's 128 gig or 64 gig. You understand, right, when you buy a new one? I don't want to get into the sales technique of that. I don't want to compare prices of a blank USB drive. But we're talking about the invaluable, and this is my 3rd service in ISKCON. I was doing management also, don't worry. I was temple president of Krishna Balaram Mantri for 4 years, 22 years ago. I know about management. And in major temples in South Africa. So that's not new to me. Yeah. So my goal and my desire is to still distribute Prabhupada's books, study and teach Prabhupada's books till my last breath, and also now to distribute Prabhupada's Vapu. Means you can see him and associate with him, and Prabhupada Vani, hear from him. Now devotees, even senior devotees, are too absorbed in too many things. Like one absorption is initiating disciples, another absorption is building temple, another absorption is having festival, another absorption is parikrama. But they should also give a little time for this. Because we don't want Srila Prabhupada's position to become eclipsed. You know what's eclipsed? What's the word eclipsed? We don't want Srila Prabhupada's consciousness, Srila Prabhupada as a person, and Srila Prabhupada Vapu and Vani to be put in the background. And after that, forgotten. And in 50 years' time, there's no more Srila Prabhupada. There's your Shiksha and Diksha Gurus, and you worship them only. What is this? You understand? That's where I come from the 1980s. I am very frank and bold about this. In 50 years' time, people should get Prabhupada's Vapu and Prabhupada's Vani. Let's start now. One particular devotee who was an initiated disciple of a guru who has thousands of disciples. I heard him hearing a lecture in his room. So I asked him, who's speaking? He said, my Guru Maharaj. So I asked him, when last you heard the lecture of Srila Prabhupada? And he looked at me blank. I said, when last? He said, I cannot remember. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? He never heard a lecture of Srila Prabhupada and he couldn't remember when last he heard one. So I said, for every lecture you hear of your favorite speeches, whether it's your initiating guru, shiksha gurus or others, you must hear 2 lectures of Srila Prabhupada. And even if you hear 2 lectures of Srila Prabhupada every day, you won't finish all 4,000 lectures in this one lifetime. He said, yes, Maharaj, I agree. Even when Srila Prabhupada clears his throat, when you hear a lecture, Prabhupada said, and even when Srila Prabhupada, I know his nuances because I hear the lectures a lot, and he'll say, yes, you'll hear it. And he'll tell somebody, so, these nuances of Prabhupada's voice will take you back to Goloka Vrindavan. Very powerful. Even when he clears his throat. And so, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So nice. It's like nectar to the ears. And one time he was giving a lecture and he didn't understand something. And he asked the devotee, and what is that? And what is that they say in your language, in the Western, and what is that? So the devotee says, yes. So nice. So to produce this costs a lot of money. It costs crores and crores of equipment to clean up everything from the Bhaktivedanta archives and from ITV, especially the audio lectures. Sometimes one lecture is there and then it ends and people thought the lecture ended, but meanwhile they didn't record for 10 minutes and the lecture continues, so we patch it up. So there's a machine that picks it up. No, the lecture is still playing after 10 minutes blank, so we patch it up. That takes a lot of time, energy, money, expertise. Crores of rupees of machines. So now we have it set. And over the years, a lot of Lakshmi that I receive in my preaching goes only to that. Because I know, building temple, somebody will give money. Even if your Guru Maharaj don't need much money, you'll give him also. Invest it in the real thing. Srila Prabhupada, Vapu and Vani for the next 10,000 years. Give Srila Prabhupada's association to the world, and Krishna will be so pleased with this. Because people are not reading the books, they are hearing, social media, and the books are the best, but they're not reading it so much. Therefore book distribution scores are down. Okay, back to transcendental business. In the temples where I go, I'm the main distributor. They just get money for nothing, without doing anything, right? So they get a few hundred rupees for each video, ultimate video collection, Prabhupada ultimate audio. But each one, you have to give 2,000 rupees. Because it costs over 1,000 rupees to produce, not to speak of the investment of the machines. You getting it? Like that. One phone cost 50,000, 100,000 rupees. So what is this? Nothing. See? And the temple benefits by few hundred rupees. They get some profit from it. They benefit few hundred rupees. So now to save the brahmachari ashram, at least let's start with that. So give me that book. So I also wrote a book, A Path to Goloka Vrindavan, a testimony. It actually happened during the COVID-19 lockdown in 2020-21. I was locked down for 1 year, 6 months in a small island called Mauritius. And from May 13th to May 22nd, I was with a Mataji named Kamala Devi Dasi, and she left her body. I knew her for over 20 years, and she left her body and went back home, back to Golok Vrindavan, direct from Mauritius, not from Vrindavan or Puri or Mayapur here. And Prabhupada gives the evidences of how that can happen. You can leave your body right here in Chandigarh and go direct to Golok Vrindavan. I give all the evidence from Prabhupada in the back. So this book, 180 pages, hardbound, full color cover. It has a bookmarker and it has 8 color photos inside, white paper. See? If somebody sponsors for the brahmacharis, I'll give them this book as a gift free. It is my association within the last 10 days was recorded by a son unknowingly to me, and those recordings have been transcribed into this book. The book would have came 3 times the size, but we have to restricted it for a wider devotee audience. Of how you can be helped at the time of leaving this body and go back to Golok, and how you can help somebody else who's leaving the body. We okay so far? Yeah. So it's a conversation between Bhakti Brihad Bhagavat Swami with Kamala Devi Dasi. So you're wondering, but Maharaj, you're a sannyasi, how you was with me for the last 10 days and she went back to Golok? The book explains that. How you have to transcend ashram and transcend gender to go back to Golok. I don't want to say much more about the book. This is a reprint. And you'll get this as a gift if you sponsor for the brahmacharis and so forth. Just 2,000 rupees. You may not have the money here, that's fine. We have a very dedicated assistant to me. He knows how to take notes and follow up and so forth. His Grace Sadbhuj Prakash Prabhu. He's been taking care of me. You have your pen and paper? Okay, so who's sponsoring a gift, whether it's an audio or a video, depends what the brahmacharis want. Some of them may want both. You know, who's sponsoring for Rukmini, Krishna, Prabhu? This is Vaishnava Seva. If you want to sponsor, stand up. Stand up, you raise your hand, stand up. Please stand up, you raise your hand. You want to sponsor for the brahmacharis? Stand up, stand up, stand. Yeah, if you stand up, take their names down, take their names down. Quickly, quickly, before they sit down again. Let's chant for them. Hari Bol! Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. So most of the brahmacharis want the audio, 128 gig audio. First we'll discuss audio, right? Haribol, keep standing. You're very young, you have money. Your papa has money. He's here? Your father? No, you can buy for yourself also, but if you sponsor for these devotees, then my book is a gift for you. You can buy also for yourself. That's different. Let's work with saving the brahmacharis. Otherwise, the grihasthas will not follow nicely, right? Prabhupada says, right? So let the grihasthas serve the brahmacharis and bless them to remain brahmachari whole life. Don't look for a son-in-law. If the son-in-law comes from the brahmachari, that's fine also. Then you'll get brahmacharis being born and they can join the ashram also. Keep standing. Huh? Yeah, keep standing. Now we need 31 audio to be sort of given as gifts to the devotees. I just mentioned Rukmini, Krishna Prabhu. There's so many. Akrura, Nandan Prabhu, Nam, Prem, Saj, Bodh, Prakash, Subha Krishna, Hans Bhakta, Krishna Kumar, and so forth. There's 31 of them. So 31 of this Prabhupada ultimate audio. They prefer the audio for now, right? Brahmacharis? They'll get their own copy, and then there'll be better preachers, and they can hear from Prabhupada and repeat what he says, and so forth. How many names we have? Come to me. You wrote all the names down? Quickly. So the Matajis are also standing up. Which Mataji can help me write down the names for the Matajis? You can help? Put your name first, huh? Yeah, put your name first. She said okay also. So write the names of the Matajis now. What's her name? Sri Lata, Hare Krishna. Yeah, write the names, not less than 20 names. Sorry. Who wants to help the brahmacharis? If you want to give more than one gift to the brahmacharis, like you want to sponsor 2 or something, that's even better. Not one each, but we need 31 of that audio. And we'll give it to the brahmacharis, or we'll give it to you and you can present it to them also if you like that. See? You got the names? How many names? 10. So out of the 10 devotees, 3, 6, 9, 1 is missing. Where's the 10th one? Stand up. So out of the 10, you're only sponsoring 1, or you're sponsoring more than 1? He's putting. I thought he said 5, and then he closed his hand and he said 2. First he said Maharaj, like that, like his mudra, Maharaj. What is it? Shastra? Shakshi. So he's going to sponsor 2 audio, right? Videos will come to later. Video is a special thing for families, for children, and for everyone. Right? Let's give the brahmacharis at least the audio, right? Yeah. So now we have 11, right? Haribol? He's sponsoring 2 also. This side. What's his name? Kaushal. So now we have in total how many? 14. And from the Matajis, Vaishnavis, girls, how many names we have? This is only sponsoring for the Brahmachari ashram. Haribol. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Sri Lata, 10 names. Now out of these 10 names, everyone sponsoring only 1 audio, ultimate audio, or more than 1? Who's sponsoring more than 1? You didn't ask yet. So Sri Lata has 10 names from the Mataji's Vaishnavi side. So amongst those names, we need to know who's sponsoring 2 or 3 or 5. We know you're sponsoring 1 at least, but if you're sponsoring more than that. Arya Kshetra, where is he? You sponsored 5. Did you check with the Mataji is here? Where's Mataji? Mataji, is that okay? He's sponsoring 5. 10,000 rupees. Mataji, fine, we give blessing because the brahmachari is also your sons, and tell her no new sari for Diwali. Say. Okay, Mataji, no new sari for Diwali. Don't worry him too much. Okay. So how many we have in total? Prabhu, how many we have in total? Let's serve the brahmacharis. Yeah, and if one of the brahmacharis get married, we're going to come here for sponsorship for the other brahmacharis also. Right? In the future. Sri Lata, how are we doing? This is ecstatic. Prabhupada Vani. There's nothing better to give devotees and make them stay in Krishna consciousness and take them out of the addiction of the social media. Sri Lata, you got their phone numbers also. Suddenly they give name and you disappear. You can't get them. Be careful, huh? You put phone number also, Sri Lata Mata. Yeah. How many? 15 and 26. How many is that? 41. So we needed 31 for today, and the 10 can be videos, right? You can sponsor it. So we have a good thing. So 41. You have the name Sri Lata Mataji?
Yes, Maharaj.
And you have your name too there?
Yes,
And how many you were going to sponsor? 1? 2. Thank you. That's nice. Wow. Temple is getting money for free, you know. Okay.
हरे कृष्णा। कृपया करके 2 गाड़ियां मंदिर के बिल्कुल सामने खड़ी हैं, हमने बस निकालनी है तो हटा लीजिए। एक गाड़ी का नंबर है ऑल्टो है 8190 और दूसरी स्विफ्ट है, उसका नंबर है CH01B A 5213। तो वो 2 गाड़ियां प्लीज हटा दीजिए, बस निकलना है।
Alright, so we're going to have some soft kirtan without the microphone, and you'll have to keep a pathway. Keep a pathway, but don't ask me to sign my book. I don't have time for that. Right? So all those who sponsored, come and take your book first. Come. Hey, no microphone. Sing. Okay, softly sing. Come and take your book because you sponsored. We're giving you a book. Please come.
Hare
Sri
Krishna,
Lata,
Hare
tell the Matajis to come and take the gift for sponsoring.
Krishna Krishna Hare
Come.
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Divya Kant,
Rama Rama Hare
Naina,
Everyone.
Smita, Vimla Rohini, Mataji, Janvi,
Matajis, please come also. Come.
Anita Chauhan Mataji, Ritu Avasthi Mataji, Sachi Putri Mataji,
Hare Krishna
Nancy,
Hare Krishna
Ritika Mataji,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Alka, Minakshi Sethia Mataji,
Ram Hare
Malti Susevni Mataji,
Rama Rama Hare
Amisha Mataji,
Please come for your book. Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Srila Prabhupada Vani ki. So now Vapu video, same 2,000 rupees. So I think it's okay for the brahmacharis to just get the bani for now, right? Yeah. So if you need personal copies of the Vapu Prabhupada video or the Vani, we can give the videos out now, and the pen drive is in here. And on the cover, it explains what's in the pen drive. And in the booklet, little booklet, it gives you details of each video inside the casing itself. So if the USB drive does not work, you return it to Sadbhuj Prakash and we'll give you a brand new one, another one. In other words, we replace that which is not functioning. We tried our best to do quality control, but if it's not functioning well, you give it back, we'll give you another one. Said okay. So now, Sri Lata, you ready?
Yes, Maharaj.
Yeah, because they may not have brought the money now, the Lakshmi for the videos. We want the videos to go out today, now. In other words, even if you didn't give the money today, take the video with you, start giving your children and you watch videos with them. Imagine you buy some screen or something that is not online, right? You plug that in, small screen, let them sit whole day and watch Prabhupada and his disciples and the preaching. They'll get absorbed. Children very easily get absorbed in visual, and leave them there. And you ask them, Beta, it's time for lunch. No, I'm with Prabhupada. I'll come half an hour later. I want to finish this video. Because it's not online. It's not online. A nice thing. We good? Yeah. Now we need two Matajis to take names. And you come, and after your name is put down there with your phone number, then you come and take the video from my hand. The audio, we are waiting for the USB drives to come from Mumbai, from Madhava Prabhu, whose address is there, who makes it for us, like that. It's going to arrive today or tomorrow, then we'll give the audio out with the booklet. But the video, the USB drive is already with us, and if you want it, immediately start. Become detached from the addiction of social media. Get full into Prabhupada Vapu. That okay? Yeah. So we have one person here who will take names, because you may not be able to give the Lakshmi now, that's fine, and they'll follow up with the Lakshmi. Is that okay? And you have another person to take names for the men. Who else can take names now? Who's responsible? Shri Gaur Aarti, stand up, he'll take names. So don't give your name twice, give your name to one of these persons, and after you give your name, you come to me and you take the video. Sri Lata Mataji, we need somebody else to help you. There was one girl in front of you who had a book. You have a book? With the glasses. What's your name? Janvi. How are you? So either give your name to Sri Lata or Janvi for the video. You don't need to give the Lakshmi now, and we'll give you the video now. Take it right now, before it gets finished. I don't know how many copies we bought, maybe less than 50 or something. Is that okay? Please chant. Come for the video. Give your name first, and then they'll tell you come to me and take the Prabhupada Vapu.
Maharaj, we want to know the price of this video.
Same 2,000 rupees.
Okay.
It's because video is more difficult to clean up and make it more clear, HD. It's a 64 gig, and it's easier to. It's not so easy. The audio is easier to make copies, but video takes longer because one word is 1,000 words is one picture. So many pictures are there. Yeah. We good? Give your name. Come and take this kirtan.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Give your name and then come. Give me the box.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Make sure you give your name before you come and take the video. We trust that you give your name and then you come. Okay, make sure they write video or audio. You stand on that side, please. Stand there.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare.
Make sure the USB drive is inside it. Open it and see if it's inside. If it's not there, we'll get it to you. Not that you get it a blank.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Mataji's can come. Give your name, please come.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare.
And please open the casing and see that the USB drive is in it, right? You have to open the casing and see if it's
Samogini
there.
Mataji, Vaishnavi, Savita Sharma, Anvesha,
Krishna Krishna,
Ritu Avasti Mataji.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Srilata, you get your own copy?
Krishna Krishna,
Put your name.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Put your name there. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Janvi is also there.
Sure, I told her. Check for the Haribal. Check the USBs inside.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram.
Give your name.
Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Thank you very much. That was wonderful. Amazing that we want to associate with Srila Prabhupada and his disciples in the video and the audio. Okay. All right. So it's getting a little late, but it's not late for nectar, Prabhupada nectar. Yeah. So it's a special program. I would say that those who want the audio on their own for themselves or the video you can take now, but In other words, you took the videos already for yourselves, right? But if you don't have the money and you still want the video or the audio for yourself, your personal self, the copy, you have to give your name to Sadhguru or to you, right? So you write on the audio or video. And to Sri Lata and Janvi, okay? But the audio will be forwarded to you because we're still waiting for the USB, which will come today evening or tomorrow. It's being flown in. Special delivery. Okay? So that we won't do right now. After I end the program, you can be here and they can give you the names. You can sit here. And Sri Lata, you can be there for the Matajis. If they want the audio 128 gig. Because those of you who have sponsored it, for the brahmacharis we have the sponsor, that's nice, but you may want your own copy, right? Your own. So you give your name for your own copy. Okay? And then when we get the audio USBs and put it into the packaging, then we will tell you who you sponsored it for, in the temple. Is that okay? And then that brahmachari will call you and thank you. And you can invite him for pizza or something also, for a feast. Right? You like that pizza? That's family. The brahmacharis are your sons, are your? Yeah. And it's easy to maintain them. They don't need any fashion. No fashion needed. You don't buy any clothes for them. Easy to maintain. Don't need to send them to school, nothing. Just feed them. And give them Prabhupada Vani or Bapu. Yes, say.
Maharaj, we have another name. Her Grace, Mahayogeshwari Mataji. She wants...
Grace?
Mahayogeshwari Mataji.
I know Mahayogeshwari. This is Ram Netra's Dharampadni.
Yes.
Right? Where's Ram Netra Prabhu?
In Punjab.
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 Pinjo in Punjab.
In Haryana.
In Haryana. Oh, he's like a temple president there. Got a small center. So give her the microphone. She wants to say something.
I just want this video copy.
Yes, come, take it.
Thank you very much.
Come, video. Videos are available immediately. Okay. You gave your name, right? Yeah. So if you want your personal copy of the ultimate audio 128 gig, you please give your name to Prabhu after we conclude the program, not now. Videos. Okay. Good. Yes. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Okay. Now, if you need how many books are, see how many books left there? Bring the 11. Put it here. I know. Yeah. Now, this book obviously I gave as a gift for those who sponsored for the Brahmachari Ashram. You understand? Yeah. But the book is a very high quality book. Very high. White paper, hardbound. It's got 180 pages. It's got also a page, a marker and so forth. So usually I don't put this book in bookshelves in the gift shop or in temples, because it's a little bit different, Imagine someone goes back home, back to Goloka Vrindavan. So I don't feel like asking for money. You getting it? Therefore I give it out as gifts. But if you want to offer any contribution you like, we have about 11 copies left. We got it? So whatever contribution you have with you now, we're not going to take your name down. You getting it? So let's give the Matajis an opportunity first. Is that okay? Because it's Kamala Devi Dasi. For now. And for the Prabhus also. So if you have any donation, any contribution you want to give, you bring it to me. You give the contribution to our temple commander. Now he'll be busy, right? Or you give it to, you come to the front here. You come and bring the Lakshmi with you. Any contribution, whether it's 1 rupee or 100 rupees or 1,000 rupees, it doesn't matter to me. All it matters, I'm doing a service to you. Because just to cover some cost of the printing, some people will give more, some people give less, that's fine. The contribution is, the amount of the contribution is not important. What's important is the giving in receiving. I give you and I receive something from you just to have the reciprocation. So please come, any contribution you want, even if it's 10 rupees, 20 rupees, 100 rupees or 500 rupees, doesn't matter. Just give him the Lakshmi and you take the book. Give him the Lakshmi. Here, you take this. Come, you chant. We only have 11 copies for the Matajis first, Prabhu's later. I have another box.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama.
Okay, later.
Rama Rama Hare.
Your name is not taken now. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Please come. Anything, little, whatever, just as a token. Don't be embarrassed, any little amount, no problem, as a token. We have 2, 4, 7 books left for the Matajis.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. 4 more, only 4 more. 1, 2, 3 and 1 more. Okay, no more. 4. Okay, go.
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Rama
We don't have any more books.
Hare Krishna.
We have more books. It's coming. It's coming from the room. Okay, now I'm bringing another box. So for the Prabhus, if you need the book, you give any contribution and you take the book. Is that okay? That's fine. But for the rest of you, Mahaprasade Govinde Sarira Vidyajam, got it? Yeah. So those of you are staying behind for the book, you can stay behind. Those of you want to go for prasad, Srila Prabhupada ki, Srila Prabhupada Vani ki, Srila Prabhupada Vapu ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki, His Grace Rukmini Krishna Prabhu ki, ISKCON Chandigarh Yatra ki, Jai Gaur Premanande. So another box is coming, so that's the only box left and we can give those books out.
This is Bhakti-yoga Maharaj ki.
Come. And then
जिन्होंने ऑडियो के लिए भी लेना है,
if you have a donation, just give it to Kuranandan Prabhu. Yeah, go, you go.
जिन्होंने ऑडियो लेना है उन्होंने भी श्री गौर प्रभु सर्विस प्रभु का नाम दे दीजिए.
And now the men can come and the boys can come if they need a book. Give a donation to him first and then you come and take your book. You can give him the donation. Hare Krishna.